Good morning and welcome to IamBookkeeper.com. My name is Orlando Javian and I am a bookkeeper. Socrates once said, "A life unexamined is not worth living." I say, a business unexamined is not worth running. Today, I would like to paint a picture. Picture of a man who has yet to examine his business. I would like to introduce you to Joe Schmo. Joe is a small business owner. He quit his corporate job over 3 years ago because he got tired of corporate politics. He wanted to live the American dream and own his own enterprise. So Joe cashed in his 401k, he cashed in his life savings, and bought himself a franchise. Now Joe understood, when you go into business, the first few years, you're going to lose money. Joe knew that. He planned for that. But Joe thought, if I wear all the hats, I can cut my losses. Less bodies to pay for, I'll be ahead of the game. So Joe decided, I'm going to wear the owner hat. He said, I'm going to wear the salesman hat. He also said, I'm going to wear the bookkeeper hat too. The itty bitty white hat. Now it's true. Joe was going to be saving money by not having to pay for all the extra heads to wear these hats. But where he was going to be saving money, he'd be losing in time. Time away from his beautiful wife. Time away from his new baby girl. Now if Joe doesn't get his act together, his baby girl, she's going to be all grown up. And he would have missed all the in-between years. On top of straining relationships at home, Joe hasn't been getting much sleep lately. You see, every night when he lays his head on his pillow, fear is running through his mind. Fear of the IRS knocking on his door. You see, Joe, he hasn't filed his taxes in over 2 years. Why hasn't he filed his taxes? Because his books look like this. Why does Joe's books look like this? Because he's too busy. Too busy wearing the owner hat. Too busy wearing the salesman hat. He just stuffs all his receipts in a folder and hopes, prays that one day, this will turn into a profit loss statement and balance sheet. One day, after a long and arduous day at the office, Joe found himself all alone in his house. You see, his wife got tired of waiting for him. She wanted to have some communication, but she never knew when he was going to be home. He was all by himself, except for a bottle of Jack and his laptop. Joe thought, I mean well by wanting to take care of my family, but how do I do this? He thought, maybe if I go to the internet, maybe if I see something, it would lift up his spirits, maybe just for that moment. Thought, let me browse the local news. Maybe I can find something good there. Joe wasn't going to find anything good on the local news. All Joe found was that the local economy was taking a dive. And any hopes for him dumping his small business and going back into corporate America, those hopes were gone. Joe thought, let me go to NFL.com. I didn't get to see how my Chargers did over the weekend. So he went to NFL.com. Oh, my Chargers got beat again by the Jets. The Jets. Joe just kept sinking deeper and deeper in this hole. He kept on trying to find something that would lift his spirits. Then he thought, I'll go to YouTube.com. If I watch some people make fun of themselves, that'll lift up my spirits, he thought. So he went to YouTube.com, started browsing around. All of a sudden, Joe encountered the funny Filipino wearing the itty bitty white hat, showing a folder full of receipts and promising a restful sleep by using his bookkeeping services. Joe got this bright idea. Aha! I need to hire me a bookkeeper. If I hire me a bookkeeper, I'll have time to be with my wife. I have time to be with my baby girl. I wonder if I can hire the funny Filipino with the itty bitty white hat. Let me check some of his credentials. So he went to google.com, the #1 search engine. He typed in IamBookkeeper.com, and he was elated to see that the Bookkeeper was all over the front page. And he had 15 Google reviews, 4 to 5 stars. There's credibility there. He thought, let me see what his website looks like. So he went to IamBookkeeper.com and was excited that there was a professional website. Plus, he had a cool logo, IamBookkeeper.com. Now, I am, it's a little bit of faith there. The most powerful words ever spoken, I am. He thought, I need to call this bookkeeper right now. What time is it? Oh, it's already 10 o'clock. I'm going to call him first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, Joe called the bookkeeper. He was excited that he got to speak to him directly. They booked up an appointment. Joe and the bookkeeper sat down, and Joe was glad. He wasn't pressured into a sale. No, Joe was listened to. Joe was understood. Joe felt as if the bookkeeper knew his story. So of course Joe hired him. Now that Joe was able to pass the itty-bitty white hat, Joe can actually take his wife on dates. Joe can actually watch his baby girl grow up. Joe can actually get a restful sleep. And when Joe wakes up in the morning, he feels like royalty. Why does he feel like royalty? Because his taxes are done. To top things off, now that Joe knows where his finances are going, he can actually plan a vacation. Does this remind you of anybody you know? Are you Joe? Do you know Joe? Refer me to Joe. My name is Orlando Javier. I'll keep your books so you can keep your business.